Girlhood is everything. Girlhood and friendship is the most beautiful thing in the world. And so I want to start off with a little example. On one hand, we have Preeti, who's always chasing friendships. She's always anxious with her friends. She wants a friend group so bad. She's always being excluded. She's always being left out. She's always feeling hurt and being let down and feeling like she shows up for friendships more than her friends show up for her. And then there's Neeti. If you don't know Neeti, Neeti's me. Neeti has good, healthy, solid friendships. She can count on her friends. Her friends are there for her. They're very supportive. They have healthy boundaries. She can go out with her friends, but she can also have deep conversations with her friends. And it's a true sisterhood in which she feels safe. Okay? If you are anything like Preeti, you want to learn to make friendships that Neeti has that are super secure and super healthy. By the way, if you don't know me, I'm Neeti. I'm everything self-development, confidence, growth. We're just building a better life over here. I have a lot of different videos about attachment, dating, confidence on my YouTube channel. I also have a TikTok and an Instagram that you can follow with shorter form content. So in this video, there's going to be 4 different chapters. We're going to talk about different aspects of friendship. The first chapter is I really want to touch on the different types of friendships. Chapter 2 is red flags in friendships. Chapter 3 is what friends are for, let's define that. And chapter 4 is showing up as well as boundaries, okay? So let's get right into it. Chapter 1, the different types of friendships. My biggest realization in my 20s was that there are different types of friendships for different things. I think that sometimes we make a friend and we kind of think that that friend should be everything for us. So for example, we think that that friend should be like a going out friend. We think that that friend should be interested in our hobbies as well. We think that that friend should also be a deep friendship. We think that that friend should also be like our confidant, We kind of grow up to like think of friends as like having everything. And I think that like the older you get, you might realize that there are different friends for different things. So for example, I have friends that I've met and they are just going out friends. I love to go out and have the time of my life with them, and they're perfect for that. They're amazing. We're on the same vibe when it comes to like when we want to go home, where we want to go, where we want to hang out, how we want to dress. I have a different set of friends that I would consider like my deep friendships that like know me inside and out. We've known each other for years, and like mostly what it looks like us doing is calling each other, having deep conversations, having girls' nights in, like just talking about life, talking about like catching up with like deep things that we're learning and growing. And then I have like another set of friends who like, I love to dance. So I have like my friends who I dance with, okay? I could take dance classes with, and they're such a vibe. We're on the same vibe and they get it. They get everything about dancing. What I'm trying to say is that there are different friends for different things sometimes. And what we try to do is we try to make like one friend all of those things. We want that friend to be our going out friend. We want that friend to also be our deep friend. We want that friend to also be like somebody that we focus on growth with. Like I have other friends that I like feel like are really into manifestation that I feel like we only really talk about manifestation together. Very rare that you're gonna have a friend. Maybe you'll have one that is everything. And so when you start to realize and you approach life by meeting people and being like, oh, you know what? Maybe this is just a going out friend. Oh, you know what? I think that this could be a deep friendship. Oh, you know what? Maybe this is just like a friend that I work out with. You will be so much happier and you will be able to assess people better and you'll have less expectations. You just realize that like not every friend is going to be everything for me. Okay, this takes us to chapter 2, red flags in friendships. So I want to warn you because I don't want you to have to go through what I go through. Now, I know that everybody goes through their own things. I'm not secure in every single part of my life. I at one point was not secure either. We're all growing, and I don't mean this in a harsh way, but like when you have friends that are insecure in themselves, maybe in how they look, maybe in who they are, maybe they're not confident, maybe they just like want attention, whatever that is, they're not showing up as their best selves. And when you have an insecure friend and maybe you are thriving and you are doing well, they're not truly going to have your best interest and like be there 100% supporting you, wanting the best for you, because they themselves, it hurts them to see somebody else doing well. So I even used to have a friend who she would come over, and I remember this, and she wasn't a close friend, but she would kind of like be in my group of friends, and she would kind of like look at me sometimes up and down, like I could feel her eyes, and she'd be like, oh my god, Neeti, like you look so skinny. Oh, I wish I was skinny. And like there's something about that yes, it's a compliment, but it's a backhanded compliment, but it's also like I feel like I'm getting nuzzer. I don't know if you guys believe in nuzzer, evil eye basically. I'll put a nuzzer definition, but I just like, you don't want that energy around you. You don't want people who are jealous of you because they never want to see you thrive. Another red flag is girls who ditch their friends for men. Now, this is my personal biggest pet peeve. There are a lot of girls who at the slightest text, attention, sight of a man will ditch their friends. Whether you're physically outside and like they get a text from a man and they ditch the girls to go see him. Ew, we don't ditch men, especially when it's a late night text. Or it's like they actually just like get a boyfriend or like get a serious talking stage and like they're just kind of like MIA a little bit. They're distant from you. Like these are not the friendships we want, because at the end of the day, like they're making it very evident to you that you are never going to be number one. Now, I understand that when you're in a relationship, your friendships may not be number one. Like, you know, you might have like your man or your partner be number one, but like just that feeling of like you are easily disposable at any second for a man, and like this person would literally jump to ditch you at the slightest text of a man. That is not a true friend. They will not be showing up for you. They will not be there when you want them to be. There's so much to value in girlhood and in friendships that like a man can't offer, and if they can't see that and they're making you feel less than, you don't want that. Another red flag is kind of like two different things. I've seen some friendships where like friends can be very, very, very attached. I truly think that like people can have anxious attachment in friendships to the point where like they get jealous of you if you're hanging out with other people. Maybe they, you know, don't want you to go out without them. Maybe if you have other friends, they start to like talk bad about them. These people just have insecurities. It's the same thing when you're dating, right? And you're like attached, super anxiously attached, and you're being like the jealous girlfriend. They could be doing that to you and being like the jealous friend. It just means like they have things to work on. They're probably gonna feel like they're possessive of you. You know, they might deter you. They may guilt you from having other friendships, from exploring other areas of your life, from doing things in your life. And I feel like if it's getting to a point of like it's suffocating or it's like deterring you or it's causing a lot of arguments, like you need to stay away from that. I have seen like friends who will like pressure you to like go out with them. Like let's say like for example they really want to go to this event. They'll be like, no, you have to. You ditched me last time. Okay, like I get it sometimes, but like if you really constantly feel pressure to do things that you don't want to do, and you're feeling a way that maybe you don't want to feel, or you're in situations that you necessarily don't want to be put in, I think a true friend wouldn't put you in those situations. They might ask a couple times, they might say they really want you to come, but you should never feel pressure to the point of like, this person's gonna stop talking to me. I'm gonna lose this friendship if I don't appease to this person, I don't do what they want. That is a red flag, okay? Okay, so this takes us to number 3, which is, what are friends for? Girl, sometimes we honestly lose sight of like, what are friends even for, bro? Friends are there to lift you up. Friends are there to be there for you. Friends are there to share memories with. We are all here to support, love. Like there is like a sisterhood bond, like a kikiing bond, an uplifting bond. That is what a friendship is for. Now, I think of my friendships as like my right hands. Like those are my go-to, my confidants, my everything, right? Like my close 1-2 friends. I really think that like you have to remember, like a friend is not here to make you feel like shit. A friend is not here to fight with you all the time. A friend is not here to put you down. A friend is not here to pressure you into things that you don't want to do. Remember what a friend is for. They're supposed to add to your life. Like the same way I give the same advice for like relationships. Like if you have a man, like you want them to add to your life. It's a partnership. Why do people get married? You know, it's a beneficial for society, for life. Like remember, sometimes take a step back and be like, what are friendships for? Like how am I feeling in this friendship? Like do I feel like I have support system? Do I feel like I have girlhood? Like what am I gaining from this friendship? A lot of times we want to feel understood, we want to feel heard, we want to feel appreciated, we want to have somebody to have fun with, we want people who get us. Like remember that, okay? Remember that in friendships, because don't put up with friendships that are not adding and are just especially taking more negative than they are positive. Now the last thing, chapter 4, I wanted to talk about was showing up / boundaries. Okay, as a friend, listen, you need to show up and you need to be consistent. I don't like this whole entire thing about, oh my gosh, low maintenance friendships are the only ones that show up. Of course there's degrees to like how much you talk and how much you see each other, but like you need to show up if you want to be a good friend. You can't expect to have people show up for you and you have good friendships if you don't show up for other people, whether that looks like calling, texting, being there for somebody when they're down, physically seeing them. Like I just think that like you can't not show up for people or be MIA or be distant and then expect that you also have good friendships. I also think there's another side to this. I know people say like, oh, you know, people are going through things, maybe they're having a hard time. I get it. You know, you might not always be the most consistent person in other people's lives if you're going through a hard time yourself, but at least communicate that then. Like we expect that from a man. We don't like men who go ghost for 3 months. Then if you're a friend, you can't go ghost for 3 months either. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like you have to yourself show up for other people and like be consistent. I know that that's like the most important thing for me in friendships is like consistently people that check on me. Text that friend that you haven't talked to in a while. Text them once a week. Just say, hey, how are you? Maybe give them a quick call. Like show up for people. I know like for me, the biggest thing is like when I feel like people are thinking of me or I feel like they show up for me, or even just like a simple text like once a week, hey, how are you doing? How did this go? People remember things about you. It means the world. And then the other side to this is also boundaries. So it kind of goes both ways. Of course you want to show up for people and you need to be like consistent. You need to be involved in their lives. You need to be a good person. but they also have to have boundaries. I think that I'm really good at boundaries, but I know a lot of my friends who like can't have boundaries with their friends. Like maybe their friends calling them 20 times a day and like they literally can't like work, but they don't want to be a bad friend. Or maybe like the friend is pushing them once again to do things that they don't want to do, or like maybe their friend is saying things that like are hurtful to them. You're dealing with things in friendships that you don't deserve or you don't want. And so it is important to also set those boundaries. Like I know I have a friend who like, she's really clear that she doesn't go out at night because it affects her sleep schedule. Okay, I still love her. Is she really necessarily going out for it? Maybe not. But like, she's super clear with it. She's like, I want to hang out with you, but like, let's do something in the day. Like, let's do a day activity. Even let's do a day party. Let's go for brunch. She's just so clear about it from the get-go. Like, I don't go out at night. And like, after 1-2 times of me asking her, I learned that. And so I don't ask her to go out at night anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? She was just clear with that boundary. And it's not that she said it in a rude way of like, I don't go out at night, or she's high maintenance. She was just like, girl, like, it affects my sleep. Like, I'm just like not a person who goes out at night, but like, I would love to do this with you instead. You can set boundaries with things that you like, maybe times you like to hang out, things you like to do, maybe you don't like to be around certain people. Whatever it is that you're going through, you're thinking in your friendship, like you should be able to set the boundary, and there's a way to do it nicely. And just express how you feel. And I feel like if that person doesn't understand your boundaries, they're not meant for you in your life, you know? And let me tell you one thing, last thing is like friendship breakups fucking suck. And so I get it. There's a lot of things that I would put up with because I didn't want to lose the friend. But at the end of the day, you have to remind yourself, like, you are a good friend too. They are gaining something from this friendship as well. Yes, you're losing something if you stop being friends, but they're also losing something. And so think of yourself as also equally as important. Don't always just put the other person, same thing with men. Don't always put them on the pedestal, right? Like tell yourself, like, I'm a good friend. And so if they want to treat me this way, or they don't want to understand my boundary, they don't want to hear what I'm saying, then they're also losing a good friend. You know, don't always be in this fear of like, oh, I don't have friends. What if I lose my friend? Oh, the friend group. Know your worth. Know your worth as a friend. No, I know that I'm a friend who calls consistently, checks up on people, is there for people night or day, is so caring, is so supportive. I'll show up to all my friends' events. And so I deserve that in return, I think. And you know what? There's been many times I've been let down and maybe I didn't get that, but that's okay, because I've gotten to a place now, for example, after years of going through friendships where like I do have the right people around me, or at least when I meet new people, I can almost categorize them, or I'll expect different things, or like I'm okay if they're not that friend for me. Okay? So this video was everything friendships. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any more questions or any more like specific stories or like dilemmas you want me to touch on, comment them below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!